Let's talk about something called menopause brain fog. That totally bewildering feeling when it seems like your own mind has just turned against you. You get these memory gaps, you're losing words, you just feel completely disoriented. And look, it is not all in your head. This is a real thing tied to estrogen levels, which it turns out are super important for how our brain works. And this story, it kicks off with one of the most unbelievable memory lapses I think I've ever heard.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. Your own birthday, the one day of the year that is all about you, and your brain just hits the delete button. It's a pretty shocking place to start, but honestly, it captures the sheer weirdness of what's going on perfectly.
You can just picture the scene, can't you? Someone asks this totally normal, friendly question, expecting a simple answer, but instead, what they get back is just this genuine, baffling confusion. This isn't a joke. It's a moment of being completely disconnected from your own life.
And there it is, the punchline that is just not funny at all. That one little word, that's the moment the alarm bells must have just gone screaming off. This isn't just, oh, I'm a bit forgetful. No, this is a sign that something is seriously, profoundly off.
So we start with that really personal, kind of shocking moment, and now we move to a much more public kind of brain failure. One that I think a lot of us, menopause or not, have probably felt at some point, that dreaded PIN number panic.
This just captures the escalating panic so well. It says your mind is mockingly blank. I love that description. It feels like your brain is actively messing with you. And all those things happening around you, the line getting longer, the sighs, it all just makes that feeling of failure inside so much worse. It's not that the memory's gone, The info is still in there somewhere, but the path to get to it is suddenly blocked, and you're just stranded.
Okay, so if you can't trust your brain out in public, at least you're safe at home, right? In your own little sanctuary? Well, not exactly. Turns out the chaos just follows you right through the front door.
Oh, this is a classic, isn't it? The sheer irony of it all. You are tearing the house apart, just filled with this righteous fury, totally convinced someone else has messed up, only to find out the culprit is, it's you. And the keys aren't just misplaced, they're basically a welcome sign for any stranger walking by. And just when you think it can't get any more humbling, you've got the classic hunt for the glasses. You know the drill, that frantic search, the irritation building up, all brought to a screeching halt by your own kid, probably crying with laughter, because the thing you're looking for has been on your head the whole time. So, what do you do when people's names just evaporate from your brain? Well, you get clever. You develop a coping mechanism. And this is just genius. Calling everyone darling isn't just funny, it's a survival tactic. It's how you get through a conversation when your brain's internal address book has been, shall we say, temporarily wiped clean.
All right, we've had the PIN number panic, we've had chaos at home, but now we're building to a whole new level of public spectacle. We're talking about moments of truly legendary confusion, starting with a presentation where the brain just decides, you know what, I'm going to take a little vacation. You're mid-flow, you're feeling confident, you know your stuff. And then, this. Just poof, a total system crash. The thought you were holding, the brilliant point you were just about to make, it hasn't just been forgotten, it has vanished into thin air. And you're just left there, standing in front of everybody, maybe with a smile plastered on your face, but inside you are just absolutely screaming. Your brain has completely abandoned you at the worst possible moment. And the silence feels deafening.
And if you thought the presentation was bad, this trip to the supermarket is a total masterclass in disorientation. It's just one error after another. You're staring at a cucumber like you've never seen one before, you're unloading some random person's groceries, and the grand finale, finding cat food in your own cart when you don't even have a cat. This isn't just being forgetful. This is what happens when your brain's ability to just plan and focus and do more than one thing at a time temporarily goes offline.
So, after hitting what feels like rock bottom under the harsh fluorescent lights of a supermarket, the story takes a turn. Right there, at the absolute peak of humiliation, out in the car park, there's this unexpected moment of grace that just changes everything. Can you even imagine? You've somehow survived the grocery store, and now you are basically trying to break into a complete stranger's car, yelling at it because your key won't work. The mortification level is it's off the charts. You're caught red-handed, and there is absolutely no rational way to explain what you were doing.
But instead of getting anger or confusion, the owner of the car says this, just pure empathy.
It's the first time in this whole crazy story that someone doesn't just look at her with confusion, but with complete and total understanding. That connection, from a total stranger, is the turning point. It's a lifeline.
So, armed with this new sense of I'm not alone and a bit of advice, she heads to a health food shop. But of course, the brain fog has one last joke to play. Because remembering the advice is one thing, but remembering the actual names of the things you're supposed to buy, that's a whole other challenge.
This is just perfect. Asking for Rocky Balboa, something shit, and Red Rover. It's hilarious, right? But what's really important is that it was close enough. The shopkeeper understood what she meant. And that is such a huge victory. It's this little moment of being understood, even though her brain was scrambling the signal. And that connection, it leads to the most important realization of all.
After all the chaos, all the confusion, all the humiliation, this is the first thing you have to know. All those scary thoughts, worrying about dementia, worrying you're losing your mind for good, that's not what this is.
This is the reassurance that woman in the car park gave her. And it's the message everyone needs to hear. This crazy, bewildering experience is a symptom of something physical happening in your body. It is not a personal failure.
I just love this. What a perfect way to describe it. It completely reframes the whole thing. Your hardware is fine, okay? The connection is just a little bit glitchy for a while. You haven't crashed for good, you're just rebooting. It's such a powerful and comforting and validating way to look at it.
In the end, this is really a story about resilience, isn't it? It's about navigating a world that suddenly doesn't make a lot of sense, with a brain that's playing tricks on you and, somehow, getting through it. So this final question, it's an invitation to share, to connect, and to realize, just like that woman in the car park helped our narrator realize, that you are not alone. So, what's your menopause fog story?